this is David B69. Welcome to today's video. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well, and hit the notification bell for future videos. Let's get on to the show.
Hey everybody, this is David B69, and we are at the finale of our top 10 games that we own according to price charting. This has been a remarkable series, yeah, I'm very excited to get into it. I was just checking because the number 10 game, I was 100% sure I had a manual on it. It does, so I'm like very happy with it. But this is Nintendo. This is the top 10 game values. I had to actually take out one game, and that was Animal Forest. It was originally in there. I'm pulling it out now. I had to pull this out. Gamer Aimer basically was talking about this game, and I just thought it was really cool. Wanted to show off and show her this box. It's like really cool, because it's like, you see here, it says it comes with a memory card. So yeah, in Japan, you can pull out the sleeve and you can see the game and the memory card. It's like really cool. So it's like nice Nintendo branded memory card with the Animal Crossing guys and stuff on it. Of course, mine is signed by somebody in Japanese. I do not recognize their name, so I apologize. But it is really, really cool. I do not have a manual. So if anybody sees a manual for Animal Forest for the Nintendo 64, just know I am looking for it. So I will do my dandiest to try to find the manual for that game, because it would actually push it into the top 10 substantially. But it doesn't. It's not in the list. It's not in my top 10. But I did want to show it off because, like I said, Gamer Aimer, she's a wonderful, wonderful person and a great gamer, and her collection is incredible. If you actually want to go to her channel, it's like she does things like collect different color variants of all of her Nintendo 64 games. She has this whole huge list of all of the Nintendo 64 games, and she's like really, really close to filling out and completing her Nintendo 64 journey. And I think she was darn close, and I don't know if she's ever completed her Super Nintendo journey, but it's like well and beyond mine. Nintendo 64, it's only 296 games, so it's definitely achievable. Plus you throw some Japan variants. I only have 10 Japan variants. I'm not a huge collector of them, mainly because a lot of them are duplicates of the American variant, so I don't see that much of a big deal. I like getting stuff especially that you can't get in America. So that's the only reason I even have things that can play Japanese games, because I really want the games that I can play that don't need that, don't need that additional work. So anyway, number 10, I'm not showing any values, by the way. If you want to check out the values, the first game will be the lowest value, the last game will be the highest value, and go on between. Feel free to look it up on price charting yourself. I'm just not going to do it because I'm not trying to boast and brag about the games that I have and everything value-wise, and basically say, oh, I got this much value of all of the games that I own. I'm not going to do that. I'm not about that. I'm just basically saying these are the games that are my collection, and hey, be on an eye out for it and everything, because you might actually be able to find one of these games at a reasonable price. And if you can get it at a reasonable price, I would say you gotta jump on these games. So that is the whole point of these videos. It's not basically a humble brag or anything else like that. Just wanted to throw that out there. And I'm very happy and everything doing this series. which was all based on a video that I saw with Drinking Games with Josh, also another dude that I met in Southeast Game Exchange. Really cool guy, not that far away from me. We've never gotten together ever, and unfortunately it's like within these last couple months and stuff, I haven't driven a car really since December, and I really don't know when the next time I'll be able to actually drive. It's just kind of rough, so it kind of like makes me going out and basically seeing somebody, which I generally love to do. I generally love to get out and go out and hang with somebody. I would love to, but I honestly can't. It's like I just can't and everything, and it's just kind of one of those kind of things where I got to be smart about things, and I just got to worry about my health and go things forward. So anyways, game number 10 on my Nintendo list is The Legend of Zelda, what is it, Four Swords Adventures. This was like really cool because you can connect your Game Boy Advance games systems and play Four Swords Adventures on your TV, and it was like it was very cool. It's like I recently picked this up, and I did pick it up, and I did pick it up complete, which is like really cool. I love Four Swords Adventures. And none of these top 10 games are at what's called, they're not, it's like every single one is above the price charting value, not price charting, MSRP of the original sale, which is just absolutely nuts. Second one is going to look familiar because it was on my Sega top 10 list. But this one actually crushes the other one in value, and I have no idea why. I have no idea why this game on the Super Nintendo is a lot more money than the one on the Genesis. Maybe it's just demand. I have no idea. But it's like I was actually kind of shocked and everything when looking at the two values. And that is Tecmo Super Bowl 2, the special edition on the Super Nintendo. For some reason, it's valued way higher than the Genesis version that is complete in box. I really don't get it, but it is what it is. It's like really cool. Our next on our list, another GameCube game, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. This is a game I actually bought on launch. I've had since then, and I gotta tell you, I love this game. Paper Mario Thousand Year Door is a great RPG. You'll have a lot of fun with it. Sink some time into it. Play this game. You'll be thanking me and everything later on. It's really that good. I really enjoy it, so I strongly recommend it. Paper Mario Thousand Year Door is number 8. Number 7 is Looney Tunes Duck Dodgers. And it stars Daffy Duck. The label is kind of faded, kind of meh. I don't know if it was all like that, but it's like you can see the Nintendo is kind of like worn down and everything. So I guess it's like sun got to it or something happened to this thing where it made it so sun faded, but its value is still good to be like really high on my list. It's really cool. Now this game I bought at launch. Another one on the GameCube. I bought a lot of these games and stuff on the GameCube because my kids were like really into Mario back then, and they were really into the GameCube, and really just, I mean, it's like just they wanted me to play it all the time and such. And that is Mario Kart Double Dash. Now I gotta tell you, one of the best experiences that you could ever have is have a 5-year-old who plays the back of the cart, and just all he wants to do is throw the items and hit people with them. And it's like you do the racing, and he basically would do the other stuff. It just it made sense. Now, the only thing that doesn't make sense to me, Nintendo, help me out here, why they haven't done a similar style. I mean, come on, you have the Switch, you have two controllers, you can easily have one person in the front seat, one person in the back seat, and do that same exact thing. The cooperative thing in this game and the communication between driver and thrower, and you can swap out positions, you can do all that. It was just absolutely incredible. So I don't know why they didn't do this, but yeah, Mario Kart Double Dash is awesome, and it's like this one, I got it complete, and it basically came with a demo disc. I don't remember what's on the demo discs. Some videos and some games and stuff and everything, which always were like really cool to play. I always liked demos from back in the day because it was like really cool. This next game is Complete in Box, and that basically really drove up its value, because getting a Super Nintendo game complete in box and in really nice condition as this one, I can't really complain. And that is Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong's Quest. Now, this game, it's like, I think everybody has played Diddy Kong's Quest and stuff. And it's this one is the most regarded as the highest enjoyment factor of all of the Donkey Kong Country games. Just my opinion. 3 is just, to me, utter trash. It was a horrible game. And number 1 was a good game. Basically said, hey, we can do this with this FX chip. It's great. It works. We got to just basically build on that. And what they did was they went back and they said, let's build this and make this stronger. And Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong's Quest, basically hit all of those boats, and basically just, it was a great game. And I absolutely love it. Now here is a big shocker for everybody. For game values and stuff, somehow this one is number 4 on the list, and it's on the Wii, and it is Fire Emblem. It's Radiant Dawn. My God, it's like somehow this game is number 4 on my Nintendo list. I gotta tell you, the values of Nintendo games and how they can build up over time is absolutely remarkable. It's why it's like I'm kind of like trying to grab and collect as much as I can for some stuff with Nintendo. I'm not doing anything with Switch and stuff. I'm not going to be big into collecting that. I'm actually like not a fan of Switch. It's kind of weird. I'm not a huge Nintendo Switch fan. I still have a Nintendo Switch. I have a couple games, but honestly, it's more of for the old retro feel and to be able to play it in HD, more than actually having it for anything else. But Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn is a tremendous game. If you can find this, I found that at Siege last year, and they gave me a little bit less than what price charting was saying. I mean, I was like dumbfounded that they actually did that. It was like, you can like really get some great deals when you just sit down and you actually like talk to these people. Don't like just like actually talk to them and everything. And basically, I mean, I gave them saying, hey, this is the game that my son really, really wanted. And I got to tell you, he was like really so happy playing this game, and spent so long playing the game because he really just enjoyed it so thoroughly. So thanks to the people at Siege that made my son so happy that getting that game. He played it all summer long until he had to go back to school. So That was a definite huge thumbs up. Next one is a not so much of a shocker because these games have gone up for value tremendously over the years. Not sure exactly why, but The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess on the GameCube is my number 3. It's a really great game. It's probably my number 1 game. It's either this or Ocarina of Time as my top Zelda games. Not sure on where you think your hierarchy is on Zelda games. I like Zelda games. They're not my favorite genre in the world, but I do like them a lot. And yeah, Twilight Princess definitely up there is a great game. So that is that on the GameCube, and that's my number 3. So we got number 2, and it's just absolutely unbelievable how much this game is worth. Because I would have never think I bought this for my kids because we had all the stuff for the Game Boy Advances and stuff, and we thought it was a cool Christmas gift and a cool Christmas idea. Who knew how much this thing blew up in price? And on number 2 on my list is Pokemon Colosseum. Yeah, this is actually a tremendous game. If you can find this cheap, I'd love to hear the stories because I can only imagine how much it is going today in some stores. It's but you can see this is complete. This is the original version and stuff. I have my safety book. I have all the stuff and everything included in the original. And even my manual, it's I don't even think I ever thumbed through this manual. It is in such great condition. And I gotta tell you, I'm really just not into getting rid of this game because just owning something that is so cool and so huge, it's just a lot of fun. And our last game on our top values for Nintendo games. And you notice there's no Wii U games. I don't have a top value Wii U game. That's just absolutely unbelievable. I also don't have Switch because Switch is not, it's current gen. So it's not retro, which is a huge thing with this collection thing, where I'm just trying to get the retro games. So you had to push some of that stuff out. It's we have every other system, but I don't have NES because I don't collect for NES. I sold off my NES collection a long time ago, and honestly, nothing's been hunkering back to me to pick up the collection again. I'm just done with the original NES because I had so many issues back with the carts and stuff with the NES that I just really haven't went into it. I might want to if I wanted to get back into it, I'd have to get one of those top loader systems because I'd feel better with the contacts and stuff, because the contacts on the original NES, and they always replace them and stuff, but they always wear down as well. So it's not been something that's been a pleasant experience for me. And I just like going back and playing games. I enjoy, I can pop in any of my Super Nintendo games, and it's as fun today as it was back in the day. Now, I did not have a Super Nintendo growing up. I didn't have a Super Nintendo until I was married. My nephews had a Super Nintendo, and I played it over at their house, and I played it over at my friend's house. They had a Super Nintendo, and we used to have a Super Nintendo party a couple hours, and then we would watch a event like WrestleMania, and we would just hang out at the house and stuff and just have a blast. I didn't even care about playing the Super Nintendo that much. I just enjoyed watching because it was just so much enjoyment out of playing and watching those games. And I got to tell you, I'm loving doing my collection so far with over 200 Super Nintendo games. It's been a fun journey, and we're just on the cusp of that, and we're past the 50% level on Nintendo 64, and only one of my games was a Nintendo 64 game that is in the top 10 list on price charting. It's just unbelievable. I mean, I know that there's a lot of big hitters that are going to be coming up on Nintendo 64, and I am going to have to hunt for a deal on a lot of those games, because I'm not going to probably want to pay top market value for them. But this is part of the hunt, and the number one game that I have in my my Nintendo game collection is Fire Emblem, the Path of Radiance, I think it's called. Yeah, Path of Radiance. It's another game that I got a long time ago, back in the day when it was actually cheap. I even have a memory card in there to store and make sure I have a nice game save file that I can pull out and play Path of Radiance. Tremendous game. Highly recommend it. So let me know what your favorite game on this list was. For me personally, I'm going to go with Tecmo Super Bowl 2. The Tecmo Super Bowl series was great. It's not as good as Madden in my opinion, because I like the top north-south view, and they're more of an east-west kind of game. But it was a lot of fun playing those games back then. So anyways, let me know yours. And I hope you enjoyed this little series. It's just a mini series of the top 10 retro games. And if you have other ideas for other things that I can do, I'm always hunting for ideas. MLB The Show 24 is coming extremely soon. By the time this actually releases, it actually will be out for the deluxe versions. So yeah, I'll expect some videos from me. I will basically be posting stuff for MLB The Show 24, because man, I love baseball and I love those games. So I hope you enjoy those videos. I hope you enjoy these videos. But until next time, this is David B69 saying have a great day. Be safe out there. Peace. I'm out.